Hello and welcome to the video for setting up the C20 CH 6 camera. Now, in order for us to access this and be able to record the video, we are using a Net 5501-I for this video. This will allow us to show each part of the C20 camera menu. In order to get the menu to display, press and hold the button on the back of the camera until the camera configuration menu appears on screen. We press to bring up the menu will now be our control. Once the menu appears, the button on the rear that we press to bring up the menu will now be our control. Up, left, down, and right will allow us to navigate the menu, while pressing the button again will allow us to select options within it. Once in the lens menu, we can make several changes here. By default, the lens function is set to auto. This is for an auto iris lens. If another type of lens is being used, it can be set to manual. By default, the setting is set to auto. We can also change the iris speed. The lower the speed value, the slower the iris. The higher the speed value, the faster the iris. Once we have made the required changes within the lens menu, we can scroll down to the return option. Once highlighted, pressing the button in again will select it and return us to the main setup menu. Back at the setup menu, let's scroll down to Shutter/AGC and then press the button in to select it. Here at the Shutter/AGC menu, we can make several changes. One of the changes we can make under mode is setting it to auto iris or also auto shutter plus auto iris. A suggestion here when either using DC or manual lenses is to have both shutter control and AGC set to auto. Once we've made the required changes here, we'll scroll down to return and press the button in once again to return back to the main setup menu. Back at the main menu, we can also adjust white balance, which is the temperature color range. The next option after white balance is backlight compensation. This can be changed either to backlight compensation or to highlight compensation. The default for backlight compensation is set to off. Since we do have two options here, either highlight compensation mode or backlight compensation mode, the difference is with backlight compensation, this overcomes extremely bright lights in the background of the scene. When HLC or highlight compensation is activated, it automatically adjusts depending on the conditions. This includes night as well as high luminance. Next, we'll take a look at picture adjustment. In addition to the mirror option, you will find the standard picture adjustment options. That is brightness, contrast, sharpness, hue, and gain. Set these as desired for the scene the camera is set to view. Once the adjustments have been made, scroll down to return and press the button in to return to the main setup menu. Next is ATR, Adaptive Tone Curve Reproduction. This can be set to on or off. Once we have it set to the desired setting, we'll now take a look at motion detection. Once we turn motion detection on, press the in button to bring up the submenu for motion detection. This allows us to set 4 motion areas of varying sensitivity. Sensitivity ranges from 000 to 127. The higher the number, the more sensitive the motion area. Once we've configured motion as desired, scroll down to return and press the button in to arrive back at the setup menu. Once back at the setup menu, move down to next and press the button in. This will take us to the second page. Our first option here is privacy. Privacy allows us to set several areas where the camera cannot see. This can be aimed at apartment buildings or other areas of privacy where we cannot record video. Once enabled, this also lets us set up the mosaic option, further blurs the video to make it unrecognizable. Keep in mind, once enabled, those scenes are completely blocked and will not be recorded. Once the privacy options have been set, go ahead and move down to Return, press Enter, and this will bring us back to the Setup menu. Our next option is to set Day/Night Mode. The default setting here is Auto. We can use the joystick to go either left or right, setting Auto, Color, or Black and White mode. In Auto, it will automatically select color during the day and black and white at night. Next, let's take a look at noise reduction. By turning noise reduction mode to on, we can set the Y and C levels. When the Y level is higher, the noise in dark areas becomes lessened. Also, the resolution will become lower. When it is lower, there is more noise in dark areas. When the C level is higher, the noise in dark areas becomes lessened. Also, the resolution will become lower. When it is lower, there is more noise in dark areas. In a dark environment, you can adjust the value higher of Y level to reduce the dark noise. Adjust the value higher of the C level to reduce the color noise. Once we have adjusted the noise reduction level appropriately, we can go down to Return and press N on the button to go back to the Setup menu. Our next option is Camera ID. It can be set to on or off. The default setting is off. When turned on, a title of up to 26 characters and 2 lines can be set for the camera. Once set, you can also select where the title appears on the monitor screen. Once the camera title has been set, we can move down to Return and press the button N to go back to the Setup menu. The next option is Sync. The default setting is INT, and this cannot be adjusted. Next is Language. There are 6 languages currently supported. That's English, Spanish, Russian, German, French, Japanese, and Portuguese. After Language, we have Camera Reset. Hitting the button on this option will reset all camera menu options back to factory default. Once we've confirmed all the settings are correct on the camera, go down to Save All and then press the button N. This will save all of our configuration changes. Without doing this step, once we exit the menu, all of our currently changed settings will revert back to their default values. Once we've saved it, we can then go down to Exit, press the button N to exit out of the camera menu. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. And remember, at Pelco, we've got it all.